Hello everyone, welcome back. I am the Grand Cat and we are doing another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles unboxing review, but this is of second-hand figures. And today we are going to be looking at the second Triceraton Zork. We looked at the Captain in the previous video, Captain Xerax, and we are now going to be taking a look at Zork, who is the second half of the figure that comes in the 2-pack with Captain Xerax. He also comes with the openable jaw. Apart from the jaw, doesn't open anywhere near as large as what the Captain does, but he does have very similar articulation. He has the body joint in the middle, which doesn't do an awful lot here because of all the stuff going on along here and along the back that is preventing him. He does have the arm movement, the bicep, the double elbow, the wrists are on the usual lock. They're on this little thing, which I forgot the name of. They're not on a ball joint, but they're on the other joint. And of course, he has the double knee rotation, although this knee is very stiff, so always be careful. Whereas this knee, much more pleasant, but the bottom one is very refusal. Very curious. The ankles seem to be fine though, but let us get into the rest of the review. So probably one of the first things we're going to look at is the tail. So this is basically a part 2 of Captain Thorax. So if you saw Captain Thorax, then we're not going to repeat the things that we went into with him, but we are going to look at the brand new accessories that come with Zork even. So we have some slightly bigger weapons. We have this, which is like a kind of rifle. Again, it has a big laser scope on it. So that is pretty cool. He comes with a Triceraton rocket launcher, which it's got a really cool little bit at the front here. It's got what I can only assume is like some kind of tracking system or something. So it's going to be like kind of laser rocket launcher rather than, a rocket launcher that fires actual projectiles, obviously. There is the tail for Zork, which we will be equipping very shortly. It's probably the exact same mold as the one for the Captain. We have 2 gripping hands. We have the 1 pointing hand, which are identical hands that the Captain came with, just repainted to be green, obviously. And that is it for Zork. So he comes with bigger weapons, but he doesn't obviously come with the bladed wristbands that the Captain comes with. And obviously the Captain has very different armour, very different face. So it's very cool to see that there's those subtle differences that they have picked up on. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to equip the tail. So the tail is just in the ball joint here. This is on a double ball socket. So it's just a case of getting the right position and putting a bit of strength into it to get the tail to actually click in there. As you can see, that is it not clicked in all the way, so give it a bit more push. And eventually it should fit its way in there, like so. Even that feels a little bit off, but it looks to be sorted. Just going to try it a little bit more. No, okay, I think that is the way it's supposed to be. So, there we go. So that is what the tail looks like. So obviously the tail is supposed to have a very clear position that you can see the lines going across here that don't match up. That's unusual. Those lines should match up. I'll just try and push this in just a little bit more. You'd think that Neca would have taken care of that. No, apparently not. No, the lines don't match up. Because that is the best that is going to be. Sometimes happens with production, I suppose, that one thing is made in a separate area from another one. And also, I think the tail is probably the same as Captain Xerax. So maybe it was designed for one specific thing instead. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the hands first and decide what we want to do. So the rocket launcher is pretty cool, as is the rifle. So which one do we want to give him? I think we're going to go with the big rocket launcher actually. So this is a big square patch here for the handle, and we're going to use this hand. Now this hand makes a lot more sense. So the last episode I showed the blaster, and I thought the finger didn't work with the blaster, but I think the finger definitely will work with the bazooka. So let's try that. I'm going to shove this in like so, push this in here, and not a real problem at all. And there we go. So we could have the bazooka in one hand and the rifle in the other, but I think we're just going to keep the bazooka, and we're maybe going to make it two-handed, and maybe have the bazooka core line with this hand over here. So in order to do that, we need to take off this hand. So let's just pull this off. Take a little bit of strength, as seen there. This hand, I'm just going to click right in here. Trying to do it on camera. Although if it seems a bit pernickety, I might need to take it just off camera for just a second. It is most of the way there, and there we go. In as so. So we want to bring this over. So we've got a kind of look in mind for what I want. When you're planning on how you want to show off your figures, it's always better to have a pose in mind. I didn't really have one before the video started, but after seeing the rocket launcher I thought, well, that looks like something that I want to use. So we're going to put the hand up a little bit like so, bring the arm up like this, and then we're going to use the bicep swivel. We're going to try and position the elbow as such, and it doesn't quite come across, it doesn't quite reach. Let's see here. What if we bring the shoulder out, we bring the bicep in, and what if we can bend this elbow just a little bit more? That would be good. Or maybe even don't bend it. Maybe just use the wrist instead. Does that work? I think we're going to need the wrist and the elbow to work together. So this part of the elbow is a little bit in refusal to bend. So I'm going to try do a little magic here. Try and get this part here to bend upwards. There we go. Okay, we're getting somewhere. And then if we bring this up to the eye level, doesn't necessarily have to touch the eye, but then bring this hand upwards, extend the arm, and then bring it up like that. We just hold it under the chin, and there we go. That looks kind of cool. We might need to lean him back just a little bit so that he's more positioned upwards. We want to keep the legs, I think I want to keep the legs maybe more straight together. Let's give him a bit more pose. And then the tail, if we rotate that just a little bit to the side. And then, now if we could move the head, but unfortunately the head is a little bit restricted with what it can do, unfortunately. Let's try rotating the hand just a little bit more. I just want to try and get this perfect. You know, a little bit of a perfectionist here. If we can rotate the shoulder down, keep that one up so that the gun isn't pointing downwards. Then we do something like that, and there we go. There, I think that is a pretty good look for Zork. Now I noticed that Zork was just about to tilt backwards there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reposition these feet a little bit. One foot is going to be in front of the other, and we're going to position the ankles so that the weight is evenly distributed between them, just a little bit like so. And there we go, and there you can have him next to the captain. And in the next video, we're going to have the infantryman, who will be using the third weapon, and that should look pretty cool. Actually, I think these two might look better if they're on opposite sides like that. There, that looks a bit more like a team. So we're going to have to design something for the infantry guy to stand over here. And that is going to be it for this video, folks. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, give us a like, share and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these videos go up. And we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.